Hello, my friend. Welcome back to What's Up in Makeup. Okay, so we've got some very interesting stories this week. We're going to start off with Revlon and Megan Thee Stallion and their very odd launch of a collab. We'll talk about it. It's very odd. Then we're going to talk more about Revlon and how there is a very famous model suing them. Talk about that. And then when we get to PR or purchase, I have a very interesting thing that was sent to me in PR. It's interesting. Hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Back in August of 2020, we talked about how Megan Thee Stallion was now a Revlon brand ambassador. And we talked about how Revlon needs her help because Revlon is, I think that there's still a market for people buying Revlon, but their quality just doesn't match their price point, in my opinion. I feel like they have fallen kind of down the rungs now that there's so many other choices at better price points with better quality. Hiring Megan was probably one of the best things that I think Revlon has done in a while, but this launch they did with her is super weird. Let's talk about it. She curated her own collection of limited edition makeup. They only launched it on this auction website called DropX. They released 450 of the sets. Apparently the draw of this StockX DropX website is to capitalize on scarcity marketing. You know, there's only so many available and it's all based on bids. So whoever does the highest bid is guaranteed to get one, and the people that have the lower bids get knocked out. So what is it? It is a limited edition 4-piece set. It includes all new face and eye palette with 10 sunset shades, Megan's favorite shade of super lustrous lip gloss, new false lashes, and a hot girl drawstring makeup bag. And the artwork is Megan's artwork based on her love of anime. So when I went to the website, I had to sign up for emails in order to see all of the bids. They listed it for $40 a set. The highest bid on the red bag when I was doing my research was $201, but the orange bag, somebody bid $1 million on it, which has to be a joke. I mean, it just, and then there was one that was like $700,000. It's just, I don't think people got it, maybe because not that many people bid on them. There still seem to be a lot of them left. And I think consumer confidence in Revlon is just super low, and you have to be just a big Megan Thee Stallion fan in order to want to purchase this. Revlon's the first beauty brand to try selling something on this platform, and if they were gonna sell anything, I think this was the way to do it with a celebrity, but they said that they were, quote, trying to leverage the platform's DropX model to bring its high-performance formulas to a diverse new audience, and it seems like that has not done very well, at least so far. But if you are interested in purchasing it, it is still available as of the time I'm filming. It will be linked down below. Speaking of Revlon, there's a model named Grace Elizabeth. She has been a Victoria's Secret fashion model. She's modeled for so many major brands. She is now suing Revlon for using her photo without permission. She claims that in the beginning of April 2020, Revlon published a photo of her to its Instagram and Facebook pages to promote and sell their Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer. She said she did not sign off on the use of this photo to sell this bronzer, and that in fact she's not even wearing Revlon products, she's wearing Marc Jacobs in the photo. She says the photo was taken in 2017 and she doesn't even understand why Revlon decided to use this picture. And what makes this even worse is she had actually turned down Revlon to do ad campaigns back in 2018 because she was already signed on with Estee Lauder to promote their brands, and she had a non-compete in her contract. This adds a whole nother layer to the problem. So Grace Elizabeth is seeking monetary damages in an amount to be determined at trial and injunctive relief to permanently bar Revlon from using her photos again. And this is the thing, is that you'd think that Revlon would know this by now. They're a major corporation, that you just can't take a photo that isn't your photo and use it to advertise products using a model that is not under contract under your brand. Like, what were they even thinking? Like, who got this idea? Like, was it just some Joe Schmo in the office was like, oh, this is a nice picture, let's just use this, and just posted it without clearance? It's a mess. Somebody's getting fired, tell you that. We've talked many times before about the Crown Act, which was started in 2019 to protect discrimination against natural hair in the workplace and at school. The company Dove was a big supporter of the Crown Act, and now there has been action in 13 states to ban hair discrimination. So it is absolutely not surprising that Dove has taken a stance against the International Swimming Federation's, or FINA's, decision to ban a specific type of swimming cap called soul caps. And the idea is that the cap is a little bit larger to accommodate larger hairstyles, typically worn by Black women, that are like locks and dreads and things, and it holds everything in. They just don't fit under a traditional swimming cap. Now, FINA says that they are not allowed because they do not follow the natural form of the head, and that elite athletes, quote, don't require caps of such size. FINA did issue a formal apology, and they said that they are going to review another request when they have their request time in September. Dove said in a statement, Dove has always stood for beauty inclusivity, and we believe athletes should be able to experience inclusivity in pools as well. This matter underscores the continued importance of passing Crown Act legislation. It is why the work being done by Dove and the Crown Coalition is so incredibly crucial, and we are proud to extend our work from the workplace to schools and pools. I am not a swimmer. I don't know much about this topic, but if you are a swimmer, I would love to know your thoughts on this. I personally can't see why having an extra large swim cap is going to affect performance, like give anybody an advantage or anything. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me why they would ban these specific swim caps, as long as they're not giving their swimmers some kind of unfair advantage. I don't know. That's the only reason why I could see. Or if there was a fear that they might fall off while the swimmer is swimming and maybe distract other swimmers, something like that. But it just seems highly unlikely. If you ever worn a soul cap, or if you are a swimmer, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And finally, in top news this week, we're going to talk about the email that went out from Sephora to their subscribers about their new mark on products. 3 years ago, Sephora launched their Clean at Sephora mark, where they have this list of ingredients that the products will not contain in order to be called Clean at Sephora. And now they have a new mark called Clean Plus Planet Positive. In order to be labeled Planet Positive, you also have to be labeled clean. This is just grossing me out already. It's like, already I'm just like, ugh. Okay, but we'll get into that in a second. It also adds 4 elements related to the environment: climate commitment, sustainable sourcing, responsible packaging, and environmental giving. They're starting with 18 brands, including Coello, Pharmacy, Biossance, Youth to the People, Tata Harper, Selfless by Hiram, Red, Herbivore, Briogeo, and the Sephora collection. I'm holding it in till the end. I'm holding it in. All right, let's finish the story, Jen. Finish the story. In a statement, a Sephora spokesperson said, quote, "There's been a lot of time spent consulting with people who have deep expertise in that space. We also have an in-house expert on ingredients and environment that has really helped guide the program along and has helped develop really deep subject matter expertise." Okay, we've talked about this a lot of times, and I know you've heard it on other beauty channels. I definitely recommend Lab Muffin Beauty Science, Dr. Dre. There are professionals in the space that talk about why the clean beauty movement is completely overblown. A lot of it is based on fear-mongering, and just because something is labeled as natural doesn't mean it is better for you, better for your skin, and just because something is synthetic doesn't mean that it is bad for you. And I'm looking at all these brands, and I'm like, how is this packaging mindful? Like, I know Selfless by Hiram, I did the whole review. I know, I see where they're going as far as their packaging. I'm pretty sure Ren has done the similar things, Youth to the People, the Sephora collection. Like, how are their launches environmentally friendly? Maybe they're, from now on, they're gonna be, really? I mean, they say that they've consulted with all of these experts. I'm not an expert, so maybe they know something that I don't. Maybe you know something that I don't. But this just, it seems like it's, I don't get what this is based on. I mean, maybe they're giving to environmental causes. Like, how many of these 4 do they have to qualify for in order to be considered planet positive? I don't know. I'm feeling more markety, sell me things vibe, because we know the best way to help our planet is to buy less stuff, and I bet you Sephora is not gonna tell you to do that. All right, before we keep going, just a note on my hair. I'm trying something new. I have a product that I'm gonna show you in this Friday's video that I'm playing with, so it's new. These are my natural curls. We'll talk about it in Friday's video. But let's get into the products. First one I want to talk about is a black-owned beauty brand called Marc Cosmetics. They've released a beautiful palette. It's called Bird of Paradise. There's 6 mattes, 6 shimmers. It's $20. It's absolutely stunning. Like, the swatches take my breath away. Absolutely beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, Alien Cosmetics has a new palette called the Not Normal palette. It's like a green, purple, yellow vibe. 12 huge pans here. If you like really big pans of shadow, this is a good one. $40. Musee Beauty has launched 2 palettes officially. They did have these on pre-order, but now they're available to everybody. The Honoré and the Triumph of Venus palettes. There's 9 shades in each palette. They're $28 each, or you can get both of them for $48. The artwork and the color stories are absolutely gorgeous. Moving on to a very unique concept that I have never seen before. Maybe you've seen it somewhere else. I've never seen this. The Peachy Queen Anatomy palette. Really? How cool. 9 shades. Love the artwork on this. Absolutely beautiful. Great concept. $23.95. A new palette that is about to launch from Suva Beauty, the We Make Rainbows Jealous palette. I love that name. Launching August 4th, it does include 7 pigmented mattes and 1 multi-dimensional rainbow topper, $35. I love the idea of including a topper with the matte shades. Now, this has been sneaked but not officially announced, so I don't like to put pictures in that haven't been released by the brand, but Wet n Wild is collaborating with Saved by the Bell. This is their post on their Instagram. It'll be available only at Ulta and wetnwild.com. Makeupmodel.com and also Trendmood have photos that look like they were from a store. So if you want to see what the whole collection is, you can go check out those websites, well, Instagram and the website. I'll link Makeup Model and Trendmood down below for you. And then Pat McGrath sneaked another eyeshadow palette, and I cannot breathe. With these swatches, I cannot breathe. It's the Mothership 9 palette. It's called Utopian Dream Diva. 10 new shades, 7 powder luxe, 3 hybrids. And thanks to the fabulous Jabemi Abiola over on Instagram, we have a better idea of when this launches. They responded that there is an approximate launch date around the first 2 weeks of August, but you can sign up for notifications over on the Pat McGrath website. Oh my gosh, the multi-chromes. I can't even with these multi-chromes. Speaking of Trendmood, Sophie did put up a post about the rumors about Marc Jacobs going out of business. She had talked about it before, but she's stressing it even more now. She says, quote, "There were a lot of questions about Marc Jacobs if the brand is closing or won't be in Sephora anymore. Just like I mentioned before, the brand is not closing, not the perfume line, not the makeup line, or skincare. Marc Jacobs' licensing agreement with Kendo is set to expire at the end of this year, and the brand is exploring opportunities with a new partner. The brand is not being discontinued and currently in the process of strategizing the best way to reach their global customer going forward." I do wish that she had cited her information of where she got this. Maybe she can't. Maybe she's not allowed to say who she got the information from. But yeah, I feel like Sophie wouldn't risk her reputation by so strongly saying this without having some kind of behind the scenes knowledge. And you know, we know that she's very interconnected in the beauty space, so I would imagine that what she's saying is accurate. I honestly trust Sophie on this, but we'll see what happens. Just one thing over at Sephora that I saw was interesting. One Size by Patrick Starr has launched a new concealer. It is called the Turn Up the Base Butter Silk concealer. And what I love about this is the shade range looks like a beautiful gradient. There's 24 shades. They say it is an all-day wear, do-it-all, medium to full coverage concealer that acts as the most targeted texture solver, gliding on skin like butter on toast. I can just hear Patrick saying that, so I think that's pretty cool. Over at Ulta, as of today, launched over there, Camilla Coello's brand Elaluz is now available. The Better For You bronzing collection is included. I do have the 3 stick bronzers. Those are $29. They are for the face and body. And because they can be used for the body, I absolutely love the shape of these. Really beautiful. There's also a beauty oil for $39. I think this has been out for a while though. And then the 24K lip therapy balm for $15. And the lip and cheek stain is $18. There's only one red shade over there. They say it's universal red, but that's over there as well. Coello says she wants to bring the warmth and glow of Brazil to customers who can't get there themselves. That's pretty cute. Hello, Editing Jen here. I was just editing the show and gathering photos, and I saw something strange about this launch that caught my eye. I knew that these products from Elaluz just launched on Ulta's website on the 29th, but I found it really weird that there were already reviews posted, and not just 1 or 2 reviews. They have a lot of reviews, with the most being the beauty oil at 54 reviews. So I asked myself, how in the world is this possible if they all just launched on the site a few days ago? If you sort the reviews by the oldest, you can see that the first reviews were posted on July 7th. That was 2 days before this July 9th post on their Instagram that they were launching their products at a, quote, very special new retailer coming soon. So my question was, if the retailer hadn't even been announced, how were their reviews already posted to the site? These people posting reviews had to have knowledge about their, quote, very special new retailer and access to the product page in order to post reviews. Well, if you look closely, every review currently on Ulta.com is followed by, quote, submitted as part of a free sample program. Then it says, reviewed at luxury brand partners. So who is Luxury Brand Partners, you may ask? They're the parent company of Elaluz, of course. Side note, they're also the parent company of One Size by Patrick Starr, but I digress. So at this point, I reached out to Elaluz on Instagram and they gave me the following statement. Quote, hi, we're so happy you want to talk about our products. We soft launch on Ulta.com and Elaluz.com on 7/29 and will be officially launching in Ulta stores on 8/1. The reviews are from influencers/reviewers, not employees who were sent our products ahead of time for an honest review. Luxury Brand Partners is our parent company, and this is the official name on the ship from address from our warehouse. Hope this helps, XX. So, do with this information what you will. For me, this is just a reminder to make sure to check the right side of the Ulta reviews and read all the way to the bottom to see if there is a sponsored or sent for review disclaimer. Of course, it's possible to give honest reviews when product has been gifted, but it may be something you want to make note of when considering the weight of the review. I've been looking at Ulta's website for What's Up in Makeup for 6 years, and when something goes through a program like Influenster, where people are gifted products and then they leave reviews, the reviews have never showed up, at least that I've seen, until the product has already launched, because the reviewer doesn't have access to that page until everyone has access. That's what stands out as different here. The reviewers not only knew about their special retailer, but they also had access to the private Ulta.com page in order to leave the reviews. And I fully admit that this may be completely harmless and I could be reading way too much into it. Maybe this is something new that Ulta's trying and Elaluz is just the first brand to do it. I just don't know. All I can say is that this is not typical Ulta review or brand behavior, and it feels a bit off to me, but you have to decide for yourself how you personally feel about it. And with that being said, let's get back to the rest of the product report. This was all over the What's Up in Makeup Hunters group this week. The Ulta collection collabing with Gilmore Girls. There is a 6-piece liner set, it's $18, a 5-piece daisy decorated brush and sponge set for $20, and then a 4-piece lip crayon set with 2 matte and 2 glossy shades for $14. But if you want to move beyond makeup, they do have some other things. There is a hair accessory set, a 4-piece nail polish set, and a 2-product bath set that includes a moisturizer, a shower gel, and a Luke's Diner mug. Now, please don't hate me, but I've never seen Gilmore Girls. Do you think it's worth watching now? Because I tried to watch Charmed now and it was the cheesiest thing ever, and I don't know if Gilmore Girls has stood the test of time. I feel like I should watch it. What do you think? There's a brand called Exa. It's a relatively new brand. I think they've been out for about a year. They've launched some new cream shadows. They're called the Light Show Color Melt Sparklers and then the Light Show Color Melt Foils. They each come in 4 shades, $22 each. They're described as gel pigments. The swatches look pretty opaque, but I'm curious to see these actually in action since they're called gel pigments, that maybe they might be sheer. I don't know. Essence Cosmetics has launched their summer collection. It's called Glowin' Golds, and it is launched at Ulta. The Body Shimmer Gel, the Shimmer Lip Oil, Luminous Bronzer, Crazy Volume Mascara, Vitamin C Baked Highlighter, and Vitamin C Glow Serum products are priced between $6.99 and $4.99. And then finally, Kylie Cosmetics has relaunched at Ulta, and it doesn't look exactly the same to you. I feel like it looks exactly the same, but I only owned like just 1 or 2 of her lip products. I didn't own a lot, so maybe if you own some Kylie Cosmetics, you can enlighten me. I feel like they look the same. I guess it was just a formula change because of the whole like ColourPop Seed Beauty formula issue and the suing and all of that. We talked about, I'll link some resources down below if you don't know what I'm talking about, but maybe that's all it was because it looks like the packaging is pretty much the same. All right, PR of the week. This was sent to me in PR, and I have to tell you, I haven't played with it a whole lot yet, but I want to show you because I'm really excited about it. It's this big, huge thing here. This giant mirror. Oh my gosh. If you've never gotten ready in a mirror with white light, it will seriously change your life. I've been using other makeup mirrors by Simple Human for years and years and years that have a natural light, and it's seriously changed my makeup game. But this brings it to a whole nother level. I'm gonna turn off this ring light because I feel like this is gonna, let me just change the lighting a bit. All right, so let me show you all the things this thing does. It's like, it's amazing. So you turn it on here, and then it has from 10% all the way to 100%. I have it, I guess, is it 25%? It's whatever's between 10 and 50. I can't do the math in my head. That's where I have it right now, but it goes all the way up to really, really bright. And then you can change the temperature of the lighting. So there's cool here, this is a blend, and then this is a warm lighting setting. So depending on, you know, where you're gonna be, you can set your makeup to being like that. Let me turn the light back on. But then, so this is a regular mirror, and then you flip it like this, and you have a magnification mirror. Oh my gosh, okay, and then you flip it again. Let me flip it back. And you also have this little mirror that is a magnification mirror that you can just stick right there if you want to. And then there's a little button up here that you can push, and then this comes out, and then you've got this little swingy army thingy that goes like that, and you stick this on here, and then you can take your phone and put your phone in here, like that. And you can use this as like a ring light for your phone. Like what? What in the 21st century is this thing? And the other thing that's cool about it is you can actually take this off, and you can, if you don't want to use the stand here, you can actually put this on a tripod, which I think is really smart in case you want to use this for filming in a filming location. Like I could use my phone and film instead of the camera that I've got going there. So it's just a really, really cool mirror. It is very pricey. I believe it's like 250 bucks. But if you're doing Instagram or YouTube, or if you're trying to get into something like that, or if you just want to do really detailed makeup looks, this seems absolutely fantastic. Today's the first day that I used it, and honestly, I'm not sure if I wanted to see my pores that well, but it gave me new insight into what I was doing with my makeup. Like I was blending out my ColourPop eyeshadow today, and I was like, why does it look so patchy? I've never had trouble with it looking this patchy. And then I realized that it was because I was noticing things in the mirror that I hadn't noticed with my other mirrors. So yeah, that's a thing. And it's just a really neat concept. And they've thought of so many different things that are relevant to so many people. I want to thank Ilios so much for sending this over, and thank you to Mario Dedivanovic for passing my information over to them. I am very, very thankful, and I can't wait to use this more. All right, beauty sales of the week. As you know, National Lipstick Day was a couple of days ago, so a lot of the companies are still doing their National Lipstick Day sales. If you have a favorite lip product, I definitely recommend going over to the brand website to see if they have a National Lipstick Day sale. Speaking of that, Huda Beauty has one going on right now. It's a buy one, get one free, plus a special gift deal over there. Also, Chantecaille has 30% off site-wide using code SYLVIE30, SYLVIE 30. I did talk, I think last week, about Sydney Grace's Christmas in July sale, and I said I was gonna have all the information of all of the sales. I did not have that information. I thought that it was on their Instagram, but it wasn't. I definitely recommend you go over to their Instagram and see what they have going on. And then finally, Charlotte Tilbury has 30% off of select items until August 16th. All right, last segment of What's in Makeup for this week. We have our artist shout out of the week, and his name is Chris. Oh my gosh. Check out Neon Matrix. He often uses his beard to accentuate the rest of a look, which I absolutely love. I love the splatters around the eyes. Just the general artistry of this entire look is so incredible. Second look is a skull, but Make Her Pride Month is the title of this. It is a collab with a bunch of other artists. In his post, you'll be able to scroll through and see the other posts that other people made. Of course, the use of color in this is phenomenal, but I also love the fade that he has around each section. Just a very unique look. I've never seen anything quite like this. And finally, I love this one. This one is called Call Me Mr. Devil. It is his Cruella look. I love how the spots are irregularly shaped, but they're not like distractingly irregular. They're like the perfect amount of irregular, and also how he did the wisps of white in his lashes, and of course the ombre red black lip is just stellar. It's superb. I have so many good things about this page. I highly recommend you go check him out. I will leave his Instagram down below. And that, my friend, was What's Up in Makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show again this week. If you were not already subscribed, we do this every single Sunday at 9:15 a.m. is when this video goes live, so make sure you subscribe so it ends up in your subscription feed so that you don't miss it. Thank you, as always, to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for your submissions this week. I appreciate you more than I could ever express. Our chat today will be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Hopefully you can come hang out with us. We've been having so much fun chatting live, but if you can't, it is no problem at all. If you are subscribed, you should be able to find the live chat in your subscription feed. If you haven't visited your subscription feed lately, definitely go over there, because YouTube doesn't always recommend videos that you want to watch. They just think they know what you want to watch. Go to your subscription feed and check it out and see if you're missing anybody. But if you aren't subscribed, you can also go over to my channel page, click on my videos, and then click on the video titled Live Chat. As always, thank you again for watching. If you would like to hang out just a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple of videos for you right over here, including last week's episode of What's Up in Makeup. But if you do have to go, if you've got stuff to do, I totally get that. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did. And mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.